Dun, 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 dun. That is today's Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo artist playing tonight.
Yeah.
Sam Hunt.
Go to the rodeo.
Go to the rodeo tonight out in Houston. And
I don't think we have to tell the city of Conroe to go to the rodeo, though.
yeah, they're going to go.
They're going to go.
They're already going.
They're already there.
You're listening to Nerd Thug Radio. Conroe's FM 104.5, 106.1.
See us the stations.
I am one half of the greatest radio tag team in the world, Joey Savage, with my...
Who's the other half?
You, my heterosexual life partner.
I'm the other half of the greatest tag team in the history of the world?
Yes!
That's good news.
My boy Brodoff over here.
Corey DLG.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that on my resume now.
You should.
I'm gonna take off people skills and I'm gonna put on one half of the tag team of the world's greatest radio show.
A few years ago, I was updating my resume.
Yeah.
Just to update it. And one of my talents, I was like member of ATA, National Taekwondo Association.
Nice.
Yeah, you know.
I
part
had
of an organization.
Involvement.
I had to take Dolphin Trainer off of my resume. Because
causing problems?
Well, when I went on the interview, they were like, "So tell me a little bit about your experience at SeaWorld." And I was like, "Oh no, I wasn't at SeaWorld." And they said, "Oh well, we noticed Dolphin Trainer." I was like, "Yeah, just go out to the beach and I click and I yell and I squeal and
I train dolphins.
Occasionally a dolphin will sit."
Dumb.
Yeah. Turns out that's not a job.
Oh,
they were like, "We don't really think that's going to apply to what we're doing out here."
No,
and I
not
was
at
like,
all.
No dolphins? None?
Zero?
No dolphins.
I said, "Did you check the back?"
Did you check the tape?
She was like, "Yes, there are no dolphins here.
Sir, this is a Randall's grocery store?
You're going to need to leave."
Yeah, we don't have dolphins here.
So anyway, I did not get the job.
That's suspicious. You should have checked yourself.
Right. I thought about it, but they were pretty adamant that I
like
should go.
anti-dolphin discrimination.
Right. No. Listen.
Nailed it.
Nailed
it. We got an exciting segment here.
That's not true.
And no, I think it's gonna be really fun.
I'm excited.
Me and Nico are gonna throw some characters.
They're gonna pepper
you with some caricatures ideas, and then DLG off the top of his dome. This is like nerd freestyling.
This is nerd freestyle.
This is what we call there it is. This is the segment. We call it the nerd freestyle.
The nerd freestyle? Okay,
yeah, we can do this every month. All right, here we go. The nerd freestyle, where we give Corey GLG a character, and he gives us... pitch us a synopsis.
This would be my concept if I was...
So this is like...
Okay.
So Corey, you want to be a comic book writer.
I do.
I've got some ideas for you.
Okay.
I'm going to pitch them at you, and I want you to tell me what you think.
Okay, all right.
Corey DLG, you've just been tasked with developing a story for the new Gambit movie. What you got?
Ooh, the new Gambit movie.
What you got?
Okay. Here's what you do there. So you play up the fact that he's a thief.
Okay.
You play up the success of Deadpool.
Nice.
You play with the fact that the Logan movie had such a different tone than typical. So Deadpool and Logan both kind of prove that you could tell any kind of story now.
Right.
So Gambit can be down on his luck, a little bit of a loser, a con artist, sort of a Keanu Reeves Hellblazer Constantine.
Okay.
Nobody really likes him, but Gambit is very good at one thing: stealing stuff.
Yeah, he sure is.
So he's given an impossible task. He screws something up early in the movie, and he owes some very dangerous people. So they give him an impossible task to steal something that's unstealable.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and say, for the sake of kind of tying everything into stuff, we'll say he's going to steal the legacy virus.
Okay.
So now you can bring in down the road X-Force and more X-Men. You got to prevent this disease from winding up in the wrong hands, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
So Gambit, a man with no morals and one bank account.
No morals and one bank account.
That's all he's worried about.
I like it.
Monies.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So he has to try and steal the legacy virus from... This is where you learn about Reavers who in the future show up and fight Wolverine. This is how you kind of tie it all together without saying directly, this is all tied together. Yeah, I like it. He blows some people up, chops some hands off, blows some things up, and then you see them getting rebuilt as robot people and keep chasing them, and he's like, what's going on with these guys?
Nice.
And so, I think Channing Tatum could do that.
Yeah. Any other side characters?
Very few. You would do very few. You
Well,
don't want to burn too many properties at once. That's my thing. Like keep
the resources in hand.
That's why these movies are working, because Logan had so few X-Men, so he doesn't have to tell a lot of story about a bunch of different people. He gets to tell one story.
True.
It's all about Logan.
It's all about Logan.
I mean, did you read the title?
Yeah.
It is the final one. They brought X-23 in this one.
I know. I like that a lot.
And then the second one, they had some Silver Samurai.
Silver Samurai, Lady Viper. Like, they had a bunch of stuff kind of coming together. The Hand.
They had the Jean Grey in the background.
Like, it was all kind of... It just all ran together.
Right.
This is one streamlined story. So you can kind of do one crazy night like an action movie.
Oh,
the city of New Orleans.
That'd be great.
Just get shredded.
Yeah.
Like it's all like rooftop shadow battles and stuff like that. So like there's people down below on Bourbon Street getting drunk and he's bouncing off of rooftops and stuff.
Throwing kinetic cards.
I would hold that. I would hold that until almost the very end.
So he's using the staff the whole time?
He's using the staff. He's doing karate. He's like charging up different stuff and throwing it at him. And then at the end, he just randomly grabs a deck of cards. And when he fans it out, he's like you see the connect, and he's like, oh, this is it.
This is gonna get it done.
52 card pickup.
Woo!
Except
Nice,
they
I like
explode.
That could actually be like Gambit : 52 card pickup.
Nah, the second movie.
Yeah.
All right, Nico, you got a topic to throw at him?
Wildcats.
Wildcats. What you got with the Wildcats?
You know, actually, we joked about that, remember? And so I kind of already thought about a little bit what I would do with them.
Okay.
So I feel like it's cheating, but it's an easy one.
Because you got Grifter, the best ever.
He wears. I can't even talk about what that mask is supposed to be.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
The Wildcats in the 90s, the story was they were alien half-breeds caught in the middle of this alien war. And most of them were Caribbean, I don't know what the...
Caribbean?
I think so. I think
from the Caribbean islands?
From the Caribbean jerks. They were all a bunch of Caribbean jerks. And then
Caribbeans?
The Damonites were the other people.
Yes.
And so, but the big twist, like, late in the series, they go back to the homeworlds and they discover the war's been over for hundreds of years. And, like, no one sent the announcement to Earth. So, like, the war's just raging on Earth for no reason. So that's literally how that comic book basically,
a while ago.
like, as they're flying home, they're all defeated and depressed because they're like, what? So here's what I would do.
All for nothing.
They get to, they fly out to space. They're going to help the home world. They get there, they discover the war's over. They don't go home. They don't go back. They stay in space. They're kind of like...
The Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, because I wouldn't do funny. At all.
Not funny,
These would
but
be... They would be like
space pirates.
It would be like
police.
Did you ever see the movie Ronin, where Robert De Niro is a mercenary? He doesn't have a master anymore. And so when a samurai doesn't have a master, they're called Ronin. They're honorless. They're shiftless. They failed somebody already. So the Wildcats would kind of feel like that, and they would need a direction. They would need a new mission. So they would be Ronin in space. They would be kind of going from like adventure to adventure, almost like the Magnificent Seven TV show.
Okay.
Where they're just kind of rolling through different places and they're finding injustices and all they're trying to do is find somewhere where they can stick. But what it's going to be is just constantly them rolling through and just, righting different wrongs and fighting different injustices and kind of living in that moral gray area where it's like, the sheriff keeps the planet safe, but he uses it, he uses enslaved children to do it. So how does that work? So then they kill the sheriff and then just like let them figure it out and they leave.
So they don't fully fix problems.
They're not problem solvers. They just find justice.
Okay. It's a good one.
What is justice?
What is justice?
Define justice.
Justice
Great character, Justice. He's a good character in the comics. He's got telekinesis.
To me, justice is when both sides are kind of unhappy. That's when you found real justice. Like when both parties are kind of like, well, I didn't like that at all.
Justice.
That to me is real justice.
No one can be the true beneficiary of justice?
No.
Unless you're David Justice.
Right. Unless you are justice itself.
Yeah, because if you really think about it, nothing is ever going to truly balance a scale.
No, never.
So you
can never do that.
Right. So if you don't, barring the ability to restore life, you're never going to balance the scales of justice.
Nope, never.
So what you do is you go through and you punish someone so severely that both sides are just like, I don't know, that seemed a little inappropriate. Right. And so that's justice. Okay. That's why I don't think even our modern criminal system is really a justice system because they don't make examples of people. They try to apply a penalty to the action.
A punishment for the crime. Right.
And they're not trying to balance. They don't want to right the scales.
We got one more for our nerd freestyle this week.
What do you got?
Scales of justice.
I want you to write me a 12-issue miniseries.
Okay.
Where the Flash, Barry Allen, becomes the new Green Lantern.
Oh.
Go.
Okay. All right.
This one's a shout out to my boy Donnie Utah.
Okay. All right. I kind of like that idea. So Barry Allen. Okay. Here's what I would do with this. Then this is how I would do this. In the previous DC incarnations, Barry Allen was dead. He sacrificed himself in the Crisis miniseries to save it. And they'd even kind of come up with this idea they were going to bring him back. They never intended for him to stay dead. They were going to bring him back, but have him always just kind of running a few steps ahead of death. Like he always knew he was going to have to go back to this one moment and die. Because otherwise the universes don't exist. So everything he does in the meantime is just him kind of trying to get his most out of the moment before he has to go back. So he's doing that, and he's running his game, and then at one point Death shows up, but they need the Flash, but Hal Jordan is there. And so Hal Jordan takes his place.
Nice.
And so Barry Allen now is running for Hal Jordan and for himself.
With the ring.
And his goal is to try and get back and swap places with Hal Jordan before it's too late. So, but Hal Jordan knows that they don't need Green Lantern for this, they need the Flash.
How crazy that the Flash with a Green Lantern ring.
Like, how quickly would he, like, the things that could happen with that?
Oh my gosh.
It's like
his constructs would be like instantaneous.
Yeah. You would almost wouldn't even know what just happened.
Yeah. You'd never see him coming.
It'd just be like this green blur.
Yeah.
Like he's just like running
you
through.
See him like in a Green Lantern costume. It'd be so great.
And like so like your visuals for that, like if it was a show, like, oh, this building's falling over, and then all of a sudden it's all like rebuilt, well, like Lego bricks, like green Lego bricks, but no one sees anything. They're just like, what
just happened?
Wasn't that building falling?
That building was just
I just
on
think
its
of
way down.
I think of like Casey Flash when he's like going around the entire city.
Exactly. He can't stop running almost.
Yeah.
That's what it would be. Barry Allen can't stop running because he has to finish whatever this mission is, this quest, before it's too late for Hal Jordan.
He'd be running in space.
He'd like
Space running.
He's making a treadmill out of the Green Lantern ring.
He's just running around the moon.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be so funny.
Running up and down the moon.
He's like doing laps in Jupiter while he's waiting for something.
Yeah.
Where is this guy?
Going around the
That's
Saturn,
the reason.
Saturn
why
rings.
Saturn has rings.
There it is.
Yeah. He created the Saturn rings.
That's his trail. It's his trek.
That's the trek. The Saturn rings.
There it is.
That's what he runs around.
That's what I would do. That's why Barry Allen would be the Green Lantern.
That's awesome, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the nerd freestyle. That was pretty fun. We're going to have to get back to that here in a few weeks.
Yeah, we'll try that again. That was fun.
Right now, we're going to jump out to a break. When we come back, we're going to get into our weekly top 3. You're listening to Nerd Thug Radio.
Oh, yeah.
#TalkingNerdy to you. NerdThugRadio.com.